Am I live? I think so. I had no end of trouble trying to get on here. I think it's a couple of weeks ago now, but hello. Fifi here from the UK. Just checking in, hoping that you're all surviving the raving insanity. I think the last time I jumped on here, I was talking about how everything felt like it was really ramping up again, and well, since then it's just like entered a whole new stratosphere, I think, of lunacy. In case there's anyone left that's labouring under the illusion that we're not living in just batshit crazy land. I came across this the other day and it did really cheer me up, actually. There's some good news to be had. So there's a woman, God bless her, in Tunbridge Wells, of all places, who has successfully had her bus lane fine revoked by, and this is truly inspiring, by telling the council that she identifies as a bus, a non-binary bus, obviously, and a red double-decker, if we want to be precise about things. She's seriously had her bus lane fine revoked because she identifies, she's told the council she identifies as a bus. So big shout out to, let's see, what's Ella Proud Refusenik, who she's highlighted the lunacy of this, whole woke agenda, and simultaneously used it as, a one-up against them. So it was brilliant. So go woke, go broke, Tunbridge Wells Council. I really hope they're inundated now. I think this is great. You could go anywhere with this stuff. The sky's the limit. When you can identify as anything you please, then why not use it? Use it against them. Because literally anything goes in 2024. Anything goes. We've got 2 female boxers lined up, all lined up to compete at this year's Olympics. I've said it. I've said the A word. 2 women boxers lined up who were previously disqualified from the women's world championships for having XY chromosomes. But it's 2024. It's the Olympics, so come on in, it's fine. It's all good, with regards to the Olympics debacle. I'm not going to go on and on for ages because, obviously, I don't even watch the bloody thing. I haven't seen any of it, but it's impossible to escape. Everyone will know what I'm talking about, I'm sure, regardless of whether you've tuned into any of it or not. After 2012, that was enough for me. That was enough. I wasn't going to be going back there anytime soon, but here we are. We can get into whether it was all intentional on their part, to get people further divided, using religion or not, as they're trying to sort of put. It's ridiculous. But yeah, religion, the whole trans thing, all of that. And I've seen so many arguments, huge debates, and that just between Christians. That's never mind anyone else. Like arguments raging. So it was it all intentional just to create more divide? Was it this? Was it that? We can always, just go round and round in circles and not really get anywhere. But for me personally, like the takeaway for me from that is, you've got a man in micro pants in the presence of children with his bollocks out. How do you defend that? How do you defend that? You know, if the maniacs pushing this insanity and they're bleating on and on about its inclusivity, you know, which funnily enough seems to exclude straight men and women, and actually women, you know, biological women altogether. You know, if they're pushing this absolute raving insanity and think that we've arrived at the point where the majority will accept children being exposed to that kind of thing, then they are just woefully mistaken. And, you know, in that case, it really has genuinely backfired. And they are that removed. Like, that has done them no favours. Like, also, you know, just from a logical point of view, what the hell have drag queens and trans people and this overt sexuality got to do with this like thousands of years old, or however old it is, very old, the Olympics? These games that are supposed to be all about athletic prowess and ability, and, you know, it's the athletic elite and these feats of incredible, you know, physical ability and sportsmanship and sportswomanship, of course. You know, what's it got to do? What's it doing there? It's just so clumsy and lame, and it's just screamingly obvious. An obvious attempt to indoctrinate, indoctrinate, put my teeth in, a captive audience. You know, just it's just so in your face. So yeah, was the backlash expected? Was it all part of the design? You know, stoking that division and separation and hatred? Maybe. You know, or did they underestimate how strong that backlash would be, because they truly are that far gone and removed from reality? You know, the jury's out for me at this point. Who knows? See maybe how things play out. Because, you know, often these things are multifaceted, and there are so many ways of looking at things. You know, and that's often where a lot of the arguments get going. Because often we don't genuinely have the answers. We can only go by what we're seeing and how we're responding. But I tell you what, regardless, I do believe that they are desperate. They are desperate, and they're fighting against a tidal wave of resistance. Because when things are ramped up so fast, like to such a degree, because let's face it, you know, even a few years ago, even maybe like 2, 3, 4 years ago, I think this would have been a step too far. It's ramping up and ramping up and ramping up so quick. And when that's happening, I think, you know, it's obvious that time is not a luxury that they have on their side. So, yeah, you know, in all this madness, I seem to be doing that. I'm surprised I haven't actually worn a groove into my forehead and my temples lately, because, you know, we're just bombarded, aren't we? And we seem to go through these cycles of really ramped up lunacy, and, you know, it's like how to stay sane. How do you stay sane when the world's insane? But, you know, don't give up. Like I said, I think there are limits. I don't know how far things are going to have to go until there is a massive major turnaround. I don't know, but I do hold faith that there is only so far, and that these things are becoming so painfully obvious, and things like this do alert people who maybe weren't really paying that much attention before. So that's my 10 cents on the matter, and just yeah, just wanted to say hello, and hope you're doing well regardless. You know, we've still got good people around us. There is sanity to be found in this world, and one thing that really helps is unplugging from all the crap regularly, because it's a whole other world that you enter when you're online, or when you are watching mainstream media, even if it is just to see what madness they're coming out with next. It's good to have a break from all that. So yeah, hey Bernie, hello. Yes, divide and conquer is a growth industry. It is, and it is only if we allow it. Absolutely. So I think hopefully this will have caused a massive unplug for a lot of people. They'll be switching off, and that's, you know, money has got a lot to do with this as well. You know, it does still have a lot to do with it. So when sponsors are being pulled and people are boycotting and things, you know, it does have an effect. So we keep going, sending lots of love to you. I will try and hop back on here again soon, but in the meanwhile, sending lots of love. Take care. Mwah. Peace.